90s! After the original Transformers story, whether you're a believer of the US or Japanese continuity, the brand needed a fresh new look for a new radical decade, and it was deemed Generation 2 with new unknown characters, weird colors, and weird 3D transitions on reruns. A lot of the core Transformers characters were seen with alternate decos, usually very bright to change it up. Kinda weird since Megatron got a new tank form, so he didn't need it, but I guess he had to fit in somehow as they decided to respectfully reject another pistol form. In Generations Legacy, they did this by taking the already existing core class that was a tank and just 90s him up. The mold has no change, but look at this Nickelodeon green and Cat in the Hat purple slime. It can camouflage in nasty combinations of stains. This is also the second time as of recently with the G2 Redeco Megatron, but it's garish, nearly humiliating, and just fun enough to enjoy. I do appreciate the black painted treads, though the wheels could have been picked out, and the splash of orange to show the G2 logo. Don't mind the face, but there's no wheels at the bottom to roll. I like some of the various tank details sculpted in, even if the feet and thighs stick out on the back. The turret can rotate, but with the pistol on the front acting as the barrel, I think I'd prefer it in purple to keep its consistency. Still can't really complain. The arms could have tapped in better, it often shifts out of place, but otherwise, it's just a bright, obnoxious tank with a counter camo waiting to be seen. Robot mode. Beep, 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 beep. You ever wanted Megatron to wear a 90s vomit-inducing onesie? The colors continue to be glaring. Unlike my yellowed Voyager, where more silver comes into play, this shows more purple and green. I think the arms should have been given something to break it up though. Perhaps the arms are too green, but I love the orange in the torso and knees. He does have quite a backpack, it doesn't even fold in despite being a downscale version of the Voyager. Still looks good competing against Optimus with his purple fusion blaster. Still waiting on more G2 core class figures, cause if we're comparing Legacy G2 figures, then this Optimus doesn't have an issue. No tank front chest, but I get why. At least his head still looks pretty regular, which continues the idea that this is a costume. It's very much Megatron, without a doubt, with the bucket head, though, like Road Hauler, if you've seen the comic art, I think the screaming face would be okay in context. Did someone say, articulation? Head rotation, ball joint shoulders, ball joint elbows, waist rotation, ball joint hips, and ball joint knees. Seems pretty good for a core class, though the plating over the shoulders limit it. At least there's a bonus wrist rotation you can use. Let's take a look at the accessories. Besides the cannon, typical for Megatron, and can use blast effects, he also comes with a Shrek pistol, in reference to the original G1 toy, but now we can imagine it with the G2 deco. There's a normal peg for large figures and a core-size peg for figures like this. You can plug it on the back, and while it's not the original over-the-shoulder cannon, I guess you can flip up the pack if you so choose. Honestly, this is fine for a Nerf piece, reminds me of the Classics toy with all its green, but perhaps purple would still work better if you want to use it for other figures. Some of you will continue to like the original Kingdom toy, which I understand. I think the colors there are much more intimidating and well-rounded considering the green doesn't break up enough. But it's Generation 2, it's in your face for a reason. Look, I love the core class lineup, so you won't hear me complain when it gets any attention. If you want the bright colors and a little bunt, especially on the desk toy, then you might enjoy this because it's not really doing anything wrong. Why does he look like the Riddler?
AllSpark TV, now that's just prime.